Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college football. Heading out to the Big Ten for this one, Maryland at Indiana. It's Thanksgiving and we've got a nice little special. We've got 50% off 2-for-1 weekly passes, which means you get the picks from two handicappers for the price of one, just $114.99. And you need to use the link picksandparlays.net/turkey. The Hoosiers are favored minus 11.5. The total is 62. Maryland 2-1 straight up and against the number. Indiana is 4-1 on the season, but 5-0 against the spread, including covering against Ohio State last week, 42-35, a loss, but they did cover. So they've been good for bettors. We've got Nick from the Insiders Room to break this one all down for us. Nick, what stands out to you when you see these two teams on paper?
Well, just what you said there. Indiana has, I think, surprised everyone here, and they definitely surprised the Buckeyes there last weekend. And I actually gave out a play on Indiana on the Picks and Parlays live cap show on Friday with Allie Burns. And as you just said there, they went on to post the solid cover in their 42-35 loss to Ohio State as 21-point underdogs. Now, Indiana threw everything it had at the Buckeyes there in that second half. It outscored them 28-14, and that included 14-0 in the fourth quarter, and it still wasn't enough. And next week it has Wisconsin. So the Hoosiers, they're also in trouble here, not only of having a letdown here after that near miss against Ohio State last week, but really they could be caught looking ahead here to that much tougher opponent next weekend. Maryland, it enters super fresh. They haven't played in 3 weeks. Talia Tonga Viola, he has 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions so far. Indiana quarterback Michael Penix Jr., he has 14 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's been great as well. But the ground game has been anemic for the Hoosiers. It's averaging only 76 yards per game. I mean, it's a bad spot for the Hoosiers. This is a trap game for sure, and I think Indiana's going to stumble right on in it. I mean, I'm not calling for an outright upset here. In my opinion, everything points to this one being a lot more competitive than what the odds makers are trying to lead us to believe. And so, Chelsea, that is my play here. I'm going to recommend to grab as many points as you can with Maryland.
Yeah, I think Indiana is a good team. Michael Penix Jr. has been really good for them, but I'm wondering if the secret is out when it comes to Indiana, because sometimes when you have a team that's really good against the spread, sometimes that run can come to an end just because, the secret's finally out and the spreads catch up and they're a little bit more sharp. So with this Indiana team that's been 5-0 against the number, you just wonder if that streak can continue on because it's really hard to do, just be that good against the spread. And this is an Indiana team that's getting all the hype right now. LeBron James was tweeting about Indiana football after last week's Ohio State game. And another fun nugget on that one, 97% of tickets were on the over. And it still hit.
Wow.
So much for fading the public on that one. Any leanings when it comes to the total on this one?
I would say I would lean to the over just because of the two guys under center. I think that they're going to be a focal point of this game. I think that Maryland is going to give its best shot. But Michael Penix Jr. is going to put the pressure on Tonga Viola. So I would definitely lean to the over just based upon the two guys under center.
Well, and Maryland's had plenty of time to prepare, as you mentioned. They haven't played since November 7th. They did have a win over Penn State and Minnesota, but I mean, a win over Penn State is not saying a whole lot this season. They did lose to Northwestern 43-3, but as we've seen, Northwestern is probably a better team than a lot of people have probably thought. So some interesting dynamics in this one. That's going to do it for our Maryland and Indiana talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great insight from Nick from the Insiders Room. Nick, thanks for joining us.